sweet baby Jesus. What has the world come to? I just don't get it. I don't understand. I just don't. I can't comprehend it. I can talk that 90s mess, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say in the 90s we did because I know y'all get tired of hearing it. I get tired of hearing it my damn self. In the 90s we did. I'm not going to say none of that. I'm going to act as though that I'm a 20-year-old man, even though I'm not. But I'm going to put on that 20-year-old cap instead of that old fart cap, that old school cap. In the 90s, we did. So, what does the world come to? Where we have a known snitch, a dude that snitched on a bunch of black people, that's now in jail, serving within a combination of all their years together, 75 years, over 75 years. This dude is parading around, Tekashi 6ix9ine that is, desecrating Nipsey Hussle's mural, disrespecting every place he's been to, and he's treated quite well. Nobody has allowed him. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna go there. But you know, he hasn't been touched. That plain and simple. And he's applauded. Yo, I go to his Instagram page, right? And I look up the people that follow him, and it shocks and amazes me. Do it one day. Look up to Tekashi 6ix9ine's Instagram page and go to the following with the people that follow him and scroll down. And you'll be amazed at how many celebrities that you think wouldn't follow him. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to try to clean it up for these celebrities, right? You're going to say, well, they follow him because they just want to keep abreast of what he's doing, and he's stupid and he's doing this and that and so forth. Whatever excuses you want to make, they follow him. I don't. But it's a shame that he's being applauded, rewarded. And you have this woman, this black woman. Now, if she weren't black, things would be much more different. I'm not trying to play the race card here, but it's a fact. If her name was Sarah the Stallion, everybody would be feeling sorry for her. Right now, Torey Lanez would have been locked up that night. So the first thing is, y'all talk all types of garbage about her. And then after that, when her name has been thrown under the rug by Torey Lanez's publicist, when she's been painted this picture of a angry black woman, she comes out and says, yo, all of these are lies and Torey Lanez shot me. Now she's a snitch. What part of the game is that? This is a different world to me because I used to think, this is what I used to think. I'm gonna go back to the old school, not when the 90s. I'm gonna wear that cap real quick. We would say no women, no children. So women are exempt to that snitch thing. And to a certain extent. When it comes to a woman, if she's not in no gang, if she's not in the streets like that, if she's just a regular civilian, if she's a regular person, she don't supposed to abide by those laws and regulations, rules and regulations, however you want to put it. If her life is on the line, she has every right to talk to the cops. Tell them who hurt her. This is a woman not taking heed. I don't like Megan Thee Stallion's songs, music, especially ones she did with Cardi B. I don't like how she is being used, just like any other minority woman rapper. She's being paraded and used like Sarah Bartman was used and paraded around by white people. They're consistently selling our black women's bodies on camera. I don't like that. And maybe she doesn't know the game. And maybe if somebody showed her or told her the game, then she might change her lyrics. She might say, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. And I would applaud her on that because she is beautiful. Y'all know it. I don't like how she parades herself, how she portrays herself. I don't like this whole I'm a slut, I'm a savage, I'm a hoe. All of this hoe pride. I don't like that. This is the old school me talking now. I put the old school cap on. I don't like that. We never wiped up hoes. We never liked hoes. We would spit on their butts and keep it moving, if you understand where I'm coming from. If you don't, you slow. We would keep it moving. We wouldn't even take the opportunity to wipe it off. Yo, man, just wipe that off yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just clean yourself up. I'm out. That plain and simple. But let me tell you this. If I were to be with her, right? As beautiful as she is, as much as curvaceous as she is, and how tempting it can be to wife up a broad like that, I would have to do the same thing that I would normally do to any trick, any hoe. Spit on her butt and keep it moving. And this is the problem with this generation. Y'all fall in love with these chicks because they look like women. They're beautiful, but they don't have it here. And that's the problem. But I'm gonna push all of that to the side. I'm gonna push all my personal opinions about Megan Thee Stallion to the side and ask myself and ask you all, did she snitch? And the answer is no. The answer is no. And there are snitches in the rap industry. They are. We all know it. We try to act like we don't, but they are. This whole snitching thing, let me tell you something. If somebody breaks into my house, right? And if I don't put a couple of bullets in them, if I can't get to my gun to protect and defend myself, if, let's say, for example, my gun is in the car and he's breaking in the house, I'm calling 911. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how y'all feel about me. I don't care what y'all think about me. I don't. You want to know why? It's because, let me tell you something. This whole snitching thing is a young thing. It's a young thing. And if you're older with children and you have that type of mentality, you stupid. It's a young thing. It's cool when you don't have any children. It's cool when you don't have nothing to live for. It's cool when you don't have anything of value or you don't have purpose or anything that'll drive you to be a better person. It's cool. You don't have to snitch. I mean, yeah, you don't have to snitch. You could do your time. You could do 10, 12, 20 years. Let me tell you something. If I do 10 years in jail right now, my children are gonna be fatherless. Period. So if a cop comes and knocking on my door and I saw a suspicious act with my next door neighbor, somebody breaking into her house, I'm gonna call the cops, or I'm gonna tell them the information. I'm gonna let them know, yeah, such and such, I seen such and such at 12 o'clock, and he had on this cap and this shirt and this. This is called neighborhood watch. This is something that you don't understand. This is grown man talk right here. But you would think that was snitching. No, it's called neighborhood watch. We watch out for one another. Period. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you how ill I am. If something happens to my son gets into it in a situation, and I know it's not his fault, but I know my life may be on the line if I look out for him. Please, I'm not opening my mouth to no cop. Not for my son. That ain't happening. Take me to jail. You can say what you want to say. Well, we know that you had a phone call with him and you told him that the money is here and you catch this boat to get out of the country and da-da-da-da-da. Whatever. I'm standing up for my family. Now, in that case, if I were to tell, that's a snitch. Other than that, I don't care about you fools. If you dumb enough to do the crime, you dumb enough to do the time. Period. Let me tell you something. I have friends come and go. I've had friends stab me in the back et tu, Brute. For those that have read the play Julius Caesar. Brutus was his favorite best friend. And Judas was the last one to stab, excuse me, I'm sorry. Brutus was the last one to stab Julius Caesar in the back. And Julius Caesar turned around and said, "Et tu, Brute? You too?" There's no honor amongst thieves. None. So when she said what she said, I'm like, it's about time. Let Smurfette do the time. That's what I'm gonna call Torey Lanez, Smurfette. It's a shame that you gonna shoot a girl in the foot. You a punk. That's what you are. Any man that shoots or punches or slaps a woman is a punk. Now, if that woman smacked the living, I've had a woman smack the living hell out of me one. And boy, oh boy, hold on, 2 incidents. I had a woman, ex-girlfriend of mine. I'm talking, she goes into a rage, takes this, we poor, we living in a boarding house, right? You know what I'm saying? Rooming house or whatever you call it, right? There's other people there, there's crackheads and stuff. We live on this crackhead street, well, that's another story, right? She takes brown rice, bow, bashes it everywhere, rice everywhere. I'm like, yo, what the da-da-da-da? We arguing. She takes a spray can, you know what I'm saying? You know, spray iron, you know, the iron, whatever you call it, you know what it's called, to spray where you iron your clothes, right? Boom, hits me across the head. I go, and I'm about to go rock her, right? But I punched her in, I caught myself and I punched her in the leg. She's like, ugh. Then she takes the knife and puts it to my forehead. I'm like, yo, let me tell you something. You got 1 second to get that knife off my forehead or I'm gonna knock you the hell out. And she stopped. What I'm saying is, when a woman puts her hands on you first, the intent is to harm you, that's when you defend yourself. I don't believe in a woman knocking the hell out of me, and I'm not knocking the hell out of her back. Another situation, it was this chick that I was dealing with, and you know, she was very curvaceous. I mean, her butt was fat and everything. You know, she's thick, right? So she was over the crib or whatever, and I had a fish tank inside my room. It's a nice big fish tank. So she's bent over looking at the fish tank. So you know, the woman that I deal with, you know, sexually or whatever have you, I don't do this to my friends or whatever, you know, female friends, but the women that I deal with on a sexual level, you know, I have a tendency to smack them on the ass. You know, I smack what I own, you know what I'm saying? So I go, bow, smacked on the ass. She comes up, she turns up and boom, smack the living hell out of me. So I grab her, slam her, boom, on the ground. She's like, right? So she gets up and she's like, yo, you smacked me, but what I didn't know that I smacked her on her vagina because she was bent over. So I smacked on her vagina, and that's what made her react like that. So I took it. I didn't slam her. Like, it was some, like, covers and stuff. Like, I was washing clothes or something like that, and there was some covers on the floor that just really just saved her from, you know, like, getting hurt. So the intent was to get her up off of me, because she went to smack me, bow, like that, and then she was coming with the 2-piece. So yeah, when you're in a situation where you have to defend yourself, it's a different story. Other than that, what Torey Lanez did, shooting at a woman and she ain't even do nothing, and she was walking away, and I totally believe her. Nah, man, you foul for that. You foul. Now, if she would have knocked you out, then and you would have, as Wayne Brady would have said, does Wayne Brady have to smack a hoe? And I would have been cool with that. Not to say that, you know, I had any say so in it, but if she knocked you out and you get up and you smack the living, you know what, out of her, then hey, she got to take that L. It's that plain and simple, man. That woman didn't snitch. She said she did what she had to do, and I hope that dude do some time. Period. I don't like his receding hairline anyway. You know what I'm saying? Hey, never trust a dude that, you know what I'm saying, got a receding hairline and then gets a hair transplant. Like, you know, patches. They pluck patches out of the back of his head and then they sew it in to give him a hairline. Don't trust them type of dudes, man. Straight up. Off the rip. Don't trust those type of dudes, and never trust a dude. And this is the truth. Somebody had said it already, but I've had thought that a long time ago. Never trust a dude that don't have a mustache or a beard. He just got a clean cut. Never trust a dude like that either. For real, that's my word. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put you all up on game. This is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video. 1.